What is happening now is simple to say, The President of the United States has declared a new aggressive policy. He says he will impose tariffs on goods imported from several key European nations: Denmark, Norway, Sweden, France, Germany, United Kingdom, Netherlands, Finland. The proposed tax begins at a significant 10%. It is a direct economic threat. This is not a typical trade dispute. Not over steel, not over agricultural products. This action is explicitly and directly linked to a demand concerning the vast, strategic island of Greenland. It is a novel form of international pressure. The ultimatum is stark and unprecedented in modern diplomacy. The tariffs will escalate. If a deal is not reached by June 1st, the rate will more than double, 25%. To understand the gravity of the ultimatum, one must first understand Greenland. It is not an empty, frozen wasteland available to the highest bidder. Greenland is a country with a distinct identity, a proud people, a complex political status. It is an autonomous constituent country within the Kingdom of Denmark. This arrangement grants Greenland significant control over its own domestic affairs. The people of Greenland have fought for and won increasing levels of self-governance over many decades. In 1979, Denmark granted Greenland home rule, a landmark step that created its own legislature and government. This was followed by an even more important milestone in 2009, when a new Self-Government Act was passed. This act transferred more powers and responsibilities to the Greenlandic government in its capital, Nuuk. Crucially, the 2009 Act recognizes the people of Greenland as a distinct people under international law. It explicitly affirms their right to self-determination, including the right to decide their own future through a referendum on independence. The irony of the current crisis is that the United States already possesses significant and strategically vital military access in Greenland. This access has been secured for decades, not through ownership, but through diplomatic agreements and a long-standing partnership with the Kingdom of Denmark. The cornerstone of the U.S. presence is Punitive Space Base, formerly known as Thule Air Base. Located deep inside the Arctic Circle, this base is one of the most critical overseas installations for the U.S. military. Its northern location provides an unparalleled vantage point for a host of national security missions that are essential for the defense of North America. The functions of Punitive Space Base are indispensable to U.S. and allied security. It hosts powerful radar systems that are part of the Ballistic Missile Early Warning System, providing the first alerts of any potential missile launch from across the polar region. Furthermore, the base plays a crucial role in space surveillance, tracking thousands of objects orbiting the Earth, from active satellites to space debris. It is a vital link in the command and control network for North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD. This access, granted willingly by an ally, gives the U.S. the strategic depth it needs in the increasingly contested Arctic region. When a powerful nation links economic penalties to territorial demands, it crosses a dangerous line. "Give us your land, or we will tax your goods," fundamentally breaks the established rules of modern alliances. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization is not merely a military pact. It is a political alliance built on a foundation of shared values, mutual respect, and, above all, trust. This trust is the essential currency of the alliance. It enables deep cooperation, intelligence sharing, and joint planning. The current ultimatum shatters that trust. It introduces transactional coercion alien to the alliance's spirit. Allies are supposed to resolve disputes through consultation and through consensus, not through economic blackmail. If one member uses economic leverage to force another to cede territory, if allies conclude that the United States is willing to use economic warfare to seize territory, the fabric of NATO could begin to unravel quickly, even if the treaty itself remains intact. The first casualty is always trust, which leads to a rapid decline in open dialogue. Leaders will still attend summits and pose for photographs, but real substantive conversations will move to smaller, more trusted circles. Allies will become more hesitant to expose strategic thinking or long-term plans in forums that include a partner perceived as unpredictable and potentially predatory. This makes consensus harder to achieve and collective action slower to organize. Faced with such an unprecedented ultimatum, while a full-scale trade war or a formal break is unlikely, they would realistically begin to hedge their bets and reduce their dependence on the United States. This process would likely proceed along three practical, parallel paths. Show graphic, 3 paths. Factory icon, customs gate, tariff icon, bank, financial icon. Each path represents a strategic effort to build resilience and autonomy. These moves would be gradual but have profound long-term impact. If the Greenland crisis festers and becomes a lasting symbol of American coercion, the medium-term consequences will reshape the global landscape. These changes won't be sudden, but a steady drift toward a more fragmented, less cooperative world. We can expect major shifts in 4 areas: Arctic security, global trade patterns, cost of doing business, and the practical functioning of NATO. Each shift carries a cost. The world becomes colder and more expensive. The ultimatum against Greenland has not occurred in a vacuum. It has been met with a swift and powerful wave of resistance from the people directly affected, from political leaders in Europe, and from political leaders in the United States. The EU called an emergency meeting of ambassadors. A bipartisan congressional delegation traveled to Copenhagen. The Supreme Court is expected to weigh a related case.